Welcome to Cardiff, specifically the Cardiff Food and Drink Festival held down in the bay at Roald Dahl Pass. This is a 3-day affair spanning a Friday to Sunday weekend, and if you missed it this year, don't worry. This event is faithfully held every summer, rain or shine, and as someone who has been here quite a lot, the vibes and quality of traders doesn't really change year on year. It did get a bit smaller after COVID, but this food festival is still one that I highly recommend, especially because it is completely free entry, no ticket needed. Also, many of these traders don't just limit themselves to this festival once a year, but either have permanent bases or have pop-ups at various locations. You can find the socials of all the places I ate at in the description below, so if you like the look of a certain place, give them a follow to see what they're up to next. If you enjoy this video and find it informative, please consider leaving a like and also subscribing to my channel. I post videos about food on a regular basis of some of my favorite places to eat that you won't want to miss. One of my favorite things about the Cardiff Food and Drink Festival is that it strikes a great balance between hot street food and goodies for takeaway as well. There are multiple sections to this festival, which includes the street food piazza, farmers market, and producers fair. You can even find a small crafters market if that is something that interests you. In this video, I'm going to show you everything I ate at this beloved annual event in the Welsh capital and also give my top recommendations. So, I have to talk about the street food piazza first. So many options here that even I found it hard to get through it all, and the variety is exceptional. I guarantee you that if you came to Cardiff Food and Drink Festival with even the pickiest of eaters, you would find something that they would like. First up is a name that you would know if you watched my Cardiff Market video, Tukka Tuk, a branch of Anand George's award-winning Indian restaurant known as Purple Papadum. Even though their Kerala fried chicken and Bombay fries is a dish that we can easily get at Cardiff Market without waiting for the food festival, this is something that we just can't resist if it's available. Especially considering how it's Chef Anand George himself at the helm every year at this food festival. Perfectly fried chicken, spiced but not spicy. The orange seasoning on top of the fries is a mixture of coconut, garlic, and chili powder. A well-balanced mix of flavors that is guaranteed to satisfy anyone's palate. The sauce on the side is a Thousand Island sauce, and how they manage to get their chicken this juicy remains a mystery. Trust me when I say that this dish is a definite must. Speaking of traders that also have permanent locations in addition to their pop-ups, we hit Meat and Greek, which have a permanent home in Bury at the Goodsheds, as well as Newport Market. Here we have pork gyros, sliced meat with some tzatziki sauce, which is a creamy yogurt-based sauce, fresh salad, oregano, and some chips, all stuffed in this cooked pita bread. We also had Frank's hot dogs, which are award-winning Gloucester Old Spot hot dogs. Old Spot is just the name for the breed of pig used in the making of these hot dogs. There was a fantastic smoky flavor here which I loved. The buns used were from the Nostar Bakery, which is based in Newport. The only thing I would have liked is a few more toppings options, as we were limited to only ketchup, mustard, and relish. Looking at their socials, there were some really tasty looking varieties that I wish they brought to this food festival. For pizza, we headed over to the Dough Thrower, which serves firewood pizza topped with house-made tomato sauce. We went with the Flaming Goat, which had tomato, mozzarella, goat's cheese, Welsh chili honey, and roquitos, which are these round sweet chili peppers, most commonly found in Mexican and South American cuisine. If you've never had roquitos before, even though they are a chili, they're mostly mild, almost like a bell pepper, but smaller, sweeter, and juicier. I'll be honest, I didn't expect to enjoy this pizza as much as I did. The base was nice and crispy, and the flavor in the honey drizzle added an extra dimension of flavor. We also went to Le Coq, which specialized in buttermilk fried chicken. We ordered ours in burger form, and let me tell you that these guys know how to fry chicken. The batter was so well seasoned with peppery notes, and the chicken was incredibly moist and juicy. After we finished the burger, I was fighting the urge to go back and order a box of just their fried chicken because it was that good. The other burger components were okay, but that fried chicken was a real star. Honestly, move over Popeyes. If you see Le Coq at any event, I highly recommend ordering their fried chicken box. You're not going to regret it. Our final hot food for the day was Nixon Farms. I first sampled these guys at the Abergavenny Food Festival, where I saw them sell out after 3 hours, and for good reason. They have slow roasted Welsh black beef, lamb or pork served with proper chips and gravy. Welsh black is just the name of the breed of cattle used in this instance, native to Wales. Talk about farm to table though, because the meat used here directly comes from their own farm. And you can tell that they really understand their meat. Everything was so succulent and completely falling apart. Here I ordered a lamb with chips and a mix of beef and pork over chips. Everything was delicious, but if I had to recommend only one, I'd definitely go with the lamb. The unmistakable lamb flavor is just too addictive and incredibly special. That was all we had for hot food today, and we barely scratched the surface. Also at this event were other traders that I have visited at previous festivals, so if you want to learn more about them, go and watch my other videos. Bao Selecta and Corral & Caravan were here and can be found in my Forest Festival video, and Happily Dumpling 365 and the Mighty Softshell Crab are featured in my Cowbridge Food Festival video. These guys are also typically annual regulars of the Cardiff Food and Drink Festival, so have a look to see if their food would be something that you're interested in. Now, onto the Producers Fair and Farmers Market, found in the Roald Dahl Pass section of the festival. It was absolutely incredible here and packed with traders. There were delicious looking baked goods for takeaway everywhere you looked, and you had your choice of ice cream stands as well. First, we had to go to Café Cannoli, which make one of my favorite desserts of all time, cannoli. If you've never had cannoli before, I highly recommend you give it a try, as it is a perfect dessert for anyone who isn't a huge fan of overly rich sweets. Cannoli is a tube-shaped shell of fried pastry dough filled with a slightly sweetened creamy filling of ricotta cheese. Chocolate chips are usually mixed in as well for an extra depth, and a candied orange peel. I've described to you a traditional cannoli, but you can get them in a variety of flavors as well, such as the rum and raisin one that I have here. When we saw that the Artisan Portuguese bakery was at this food festival, we knew we just had to find them. We are huge followers of this pop-up bakery and regularly visit them whenever they're in Chepstow Market each month. They specialize in pastel de nata, but don't sleep on their savory pastries. Their beef pastry is so well seasoned, it's regularly a sold out item for good reason. I absolutely adore their cohinhas, which you can learn more about in my Chepstow Market video. We sampled a few different brownie and baked goods shops at this festival, such as Lisa's Luxury Cheesecakes and the Crazy Bakes, the Chalk Shop, which do an insane variety of brownies, and Donuttery, which sells artisan donuts including cronuts or croissant donuts. However, my favorite of these baked sweets shops that I would definitely recommend is Emburs Dessert Bar, which was right up my alley. I had one of her salted caramel blondies and it was absolutely delicious and not too rich, which is usually one of my biggest criticisms of baked desserts. Ice cream wise, I tried Shepherd's Ice Cream, which interestingly make ice cream from sheep's milk, and Plan Fay's Dairy Ice Cream, which is based in the Brecon Beacons. But when I had Fablas Ice Cream, it blew everyone else out of the water, if I'm being honest. Their salted caramel ice cream was one of the best scoops of ice cream I've ever had. All in all, Cardiff Food and Drink Festival never disappoints me. It's got amazing traders year on year, and there's something for everybody here. Given that you get all of this with no entry cost, is it any wonder that I always find the time to visit? Remember, if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider leaving a like and also subscribe to my channel. I post videos about food on a regular basis of some of my favorite places to eat that you won't want to miss. I would appreciate the support. And if you like the look of a particular trader, have a look at the description to find their socials to see what they're up to next. So, have you been to Cardiff Food and Drink Festival before? If so, what did you think? What are some of the favorite things that you like to eat there? If you haven't been, what do you want to try the most? Let me know in the comments section below. Until next time!